like what I've noticed. So I think there's this site for digital nomads that lists the best places to live and work as a digital nomad. I think most of them are quite predictably in Asia, just because the living standard. Sorry, I shouldn't say the living standard. The remuneration standard is lower, and you can get a lot more bang for your buck. So let's say if you're in Thailand, I think is like a hotspot for digital nomads, just because with like a regular middle class British salary, for example, you can have a quite a comfortable life. So I would say if you worked in tech specifically, and you were a freelancer, or you had some sort of deal with your employer that allowed you to travel, like travel work visas and stuff like that, and then you move to Southeast Asia, that would probably be the best deal. But I know quite a lot of people are coming to Europe as well doing this.
Portugal's a big spot at the
Portugal moment. Czech Republic as well. A lot of Americans and like Canadians and shit want to experience that European fairy tale life. They think that Europe is cool, and it is. Just for people that are not used to it.
The grass is always greener on the other side,
exactly.
Like, I'm sure it's anywhere you go that like people will think you could go to what you think is the most beautiful place on the planet.
Yeah.
Without having been there, I'd assume for me that would be like maybe Japan or
Devon.
Somewhere like that. But in Japan, people might be like, "Oh, I'd love to go to England," because they've heard about
Devon.
Devon, exactly. Yeah.
Well, they probably would like to go somewhere like that and see the sort of English countryside and the gardens and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's an allure with what Hollywood has done in England to kind of create that fairy tale around
it's gonna go in.
the British, the British gentleman.
Oh yeah.
And Harry Potter and
it's idolized.
Do you know any British gentlemen?
Only Dave.
And the best you got.
I guess the closest approximation.
He speaks the Queen's English.
Yeah, in reality, it's mostly chavs.
Especially in London and places. Maybe if you go to like Cambridge or something, you get posh.
Didn't we go to Cambridge together?
Yeah, I didn't see any chavs there at least.
That's true, but there was just a ton of students.
Yeah,
not much else.
True.
But I do agree that everybody thinks somewhere else is better, even if you. So speaking from personal experience, as I lived in China for 3 years, and it was my dream to do that, and eventually your grass becomes brown no matter where you are, and you just look at some other grass and you think that's better. So I think digital nomads are essentially fighting to preserve that state of like that honeymoon period, right? So they wouldn't stay in even 3 years in China would probably be too much for a digital nomad. Like they would probably move around every 6 months or a year to different places.
So where does it stem from then? Because I'd assume, without having done any research on this whatsoever, that it's just we could call each of us digital nomads in a sense, because none of us are in our home countries right now, and we're all working abroad.
But at least I, for example, am settling in a country, so a nomad wouldn't even care to get a flat or get a romantic partner like long term or something like that.
I should say we've attempted the lifestyle, I'll put it that way, at some point in our lives. Right. And I think that to a degree it's just like a lack of fulfillment in to a large degree, it's a lack of fulfillment in where you currently are. Like, for just for the listeners, at one point Victor was in London. I was in Bournemouth. Dave was in Bournemouth. We were all in Bournemouth at one point, but when we were in England working, that's those are the locations where we were at, and it gets stale. It gets really stale after a while, especially if you've lived in that country and you don't feel so fulfilled doing the same thing over and over again, and you want to try something new, right? So
it is also a very privileged position to be in, because a lot of people like to have a stable life and not even care about going anywhere. So, not enough players.
If I wasn't on
that's
like
a good point.
Decent. Yeah, if I wasn't on like a reasonable salary with a stable job, I probably wouldn't even think of that, because like the expense, if things don't work out. So
I was going to say it's a good point, because the lifestyles that we lived before may have been because we were forced into those lifestyles due to not being in such beneficial positions. And then suddenly, when we have the freedom to move around, straight away all of us grabbed the chance and went.
Exactly. So Dave, what do you think is the best combo? Because we sort of like hijacked your topic.
Well, I think kind of what you said, like somewhere in Asia would be like Thailand, because of how affordable it would be, or even somewhere like maybe South Korea, obviously more expensive, but it would still be quite a good option. And then working for a UK company, because of the like employment rights and things you get in the UK that I think other countries don't quite have, the level of like holidays and sick pay and all that
holidays
stuff.
in Europe are the best deal. In general, we have like an insane amount of holidays. Like, we don't even realize it because we think it's normal. But for example, like a lot of countries in Asia literally have like 1 or 2 days of holiday that you get.
America's pretty bad as well.
Yeah, America's like 10 days.
They probably just think, why would anyone take holiday? It means we get less money, so that doesn't make any sense.
That's not the American dream.
It's not the American dream. It's supposed to be a capitalist utopia.
And that's why people would just try to get out of that. Like, honestly, I can't imagine working. Like, this is gonna sound really bad, but I can't even imagine working like a full month without getting a day off.
Oh my god.
Maybe in the winter months, but like, let's say it's like the heat of summer, and like you just, there's quite a few months in the year that are just not meant for non-stop work, and a lot of people in the States and North America in general and Asia, they work non-stop during that time. So it's crazy to me as a European.
For context, we're at the moment all in Malta, but in the summer it reaches like 35-40 degrees, so it's not even healthy to work all day every day.
I'll be working from the beach.
Oof, you'll be
oh my days.
Let's send this clip to his boss.
They already made that joke anyway.
Who did?
You'd be bread.
My work. I said I was going to be in Malta. They said, you'll
red
be
as a
working
lobster.
from the beach. Yeah. I will be, I'm sure. I always burn.
Yeah. But yeah, that's probably the ideal combo. Just, a cheap, nicely like organized country, and a very white employer, like in the UK
White European. German would be fine. Yeah, anywhere in Europe, like German or French or whatever, that'd be fine for a company.
Central Northern Europe. I wouldn't say like you get a lot of Eastern European digital nomads.
Yeah. No, probably not.
But
yeah, Asia would be really nice, I think, to work from. So
I
that would
don't know,
be
like,
another
you
destination.
say there wouldn't be many Eastern European digital nomads, but half the company that I'm currently working for, or at least half the team I'm currently in, I'd say half of them are Eastern European, and I don't know if they've traveled around or
I
not.
mean,
But
you wouldn't work for an Eastern European company and be a digital nomad.
okay,
Doesn't
yeah,
make
fair
sense.
enough.
Yeah, it would be the other way around. An Eastern European would come work for a English company or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that white person money, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, come to think of it, the company I'm currently at is headquartered in Singapore.
But that's
probably for tax reasons.
It's
Yeah,
not
for sure,
it's
but-
not actually.
Yeah, there's probably like one person on the office.
Yeah, like one
it's just one
accountant
room.
in an office, like
It's
collecting.
just the intern.
Yeah, collecting some post or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Singapore is a very. Isn't it like the financial center of Asia?
I'd say so now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So it's quite like if you were digital nomading, you probably wouldn't get too much mileage off of your salary in Singapore. I don't think.
I think Singapore is supposed to be the most expensive country in the world.
I've heard something to that effect. Yeah, but it's also probably the best organized country. They have
it's really nice.
ridiculously good societal like infrastructure and shit.
I've only seen the airport, but it has like koi ponds and stuff like that in it.
Yeah,
so it's pretty nice.
That's a very rich person flex. Check out my
it's got a
koi
butterfly
pond.
garden and what else? And that's just the airport.
Yeah, that's just the airport. It's very cool. Yeah, I remember studying about Singapore in geography class in primary school, and my teacher saying that it's the best place on earth that he's been to. So I always remember it as such, even though I've never been. But it feels like it's true, just from things that I've seen online and people that I know who work there.
I'm going a little bit off Dave's topic here, maybe, but does do you think the digital nomad lifestyle
Oh my God.
Whoa!
actually?
I saw that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do